Sup, everybody. So, tonight I want to talk about the Final Four matchup between our Fighting Illini and the UConn Huskies. Of course, sadly, Illinois season came to an end with a score of 71 to 62 in favor of UConn. So the dream is over for this year. No national championship yet again for our Fighting Illini. But I want to talk about tonight's game. Tonight's game was very competitive. It was a back and forth game. We've played UConn a couple times now the last 2-3 seasons, and this was the closest game we've had with them. This was a battle. Illinois was down at one point pretty big, but they battled back. They got back in the game. This game today really boiled down to one main thing. Very simple. We could not put the ball in the hoop. That was it. Illinois could not buy a basket. They couldn't buy one. If they gave money to the basket and said, "Here, we'll pay you to go in this basket," they wouldn't have accepted it. It just was not going to work tonight. And on the flip side of that, UConn, man, every bounce. I mean, I'm sitting there tonight watching this game with my family, and I'm just every time we're like, it's just not our night. It is not Illinois' night. We can't buy a basket, and they're getting everything to fall. UConn is getting every bounce, every shot to drop. Every time they hit the front of the rim, it rolls in to the hoop. Every time we hit the front of the rim, it rolls out. And it was just constant all night. That was the difference. The difference of this game was we could not put the ball in the hoop, and UConn did. There were at least 12 to 14 points that I can remember right off the top of my head that UConn just kind of luckily got a bounce. They had a banked 3-point shot in the first half. That made it an 8-point game. It would have been a 5-point game if he misses that. There was a couple other shots along the way that, it looks like they're going to be for a rebound, and it bounces luckily, and it falls in for them. It just was not Illinois' night shooting the ball tonight. It just wasn't. They did a lot of things well. I thought free throw shooting was pretty good. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good overall. We shot a good amount of free throws. We hit a good amount of free throws. We did miss some. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't a huge issue. Rebounding, we did out rebound them overall. It wasn't a huge rebounding game, but again, we weren't beat there. The main thing tonight that killed us was shooting. We just couldn't shoot the ball, and this has been something that's hurt Illinois all season long. And I've said it over and over and over again. If we have to get into a game where we have to shoot the three, we're in trouble. We're just not a good 3-point shooting team. This Illinois team is not built to shoot the three ball. And I said going into this game, they're going to have to shoot it at least fair. And they shot below 25%. That's not going to cut it in the Final Four. That's not going to cut it against UConn. That's what it came down to. Very simple. There was no other stat that really stood out to me that was like alarming. It's the shooting. The shooting was just what ultimately did Illinois in tonight. Yes, UConn had more assists. I expected them to. Illinois is not a great ball movement team. They do a lot of ISO. That's just not their style. So I knew they were going to get out assisted. The free throws, I was very happy with the free throws. We got to the line a lot, got a lot of free throws. But again, it just came down to we couldn't get the ball to go in the hoop. Simple. It was very simple. It was frustrating. It was one of those games where you felt like you had a shot. You felt like you had a chance to take it, but you just couldn't get it. And like my mom and dad said all night long, and my brother, it's just not our night. It's just not our night. And it wasn't. It just wasn't our night. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it happens in the Final Four. But again, this was a problem all year. The inconsistent 3-point shooting. It's gonna have to be something that we resolve moving forward. We've got to get better at shooting the three ball. We do have really good size. Obviously we've got a lot of 7-footers in there, and Merck at 6'9". We got a lot of size inside, but they're more finesse players overall. And again, just the 3-point shooting. We've got to get better. Got to get better quality shot makers. Simple as that. So again, my overall thoughts is, Illinois, when they were down like 14 points or whatever it was, they were on life support, and we were very worried, but they battled. They didn't give up. They didn't quit. They continued to come back at them. I thought Underwood coached fine. I've heard people complaining about the coaching tonight. I didn't have any major beef with the coaching. There was nothing that he did that I was like scratching my head about or angry about. We just couldn't get the ball to go in the hoop, and it's as simple as that. Unfortunately, in basketball, that's really what it comes down to. Is if you just can't score, that's the difference. I thought defensively we played all right overall tonight. I thought we got to the line a lot tonight. I thought we rebounded fine tonight. Unfortunately, the shots just didn't go. So that ends our season. Our season is done. We look forward to next year. I'm looking very much to next year. Got some guys coming in already. I'll talk more about the future here in the coming day or so. But unfortunately, the season did end. I was very proud of this team. I was proud of the season, proud of the battle that they put up tonight and all season long. It's great. When you make the Final Four, I have no beefs. I have no complaints. You will never hear a complaint from me, as God is my witness, about making the Final Four. Never am I going to say, oh, dang, all we did was the Final Four. You'll never hear that from me. So I'm very excited, very happy with this team, very proud of this team. It's sad that it ends. So, the championship coming up is going to be UConn and Michigan. Michigan just rolled Arizona here tonight. So I think Michigan's going to win, but we'll see. UConn's got some magic on their side, so we'll see what happens there. But those are my thoughts on the game tonight. Again, the main takeaway is UConn hit shots more than Illinois did. It's as simple as that. There was nothing else that really stood out other than that. So that is all my thoughts on the game tonight. I'll have some more to say about UConn and Dan Hurley moving forward, but those are my thoughts on the game. Again, Illinois season ends in the Final Four, but a great season overall for them. So, yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good one.